Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Olympia's Soiree, picking up after the saddest thing ever. Okay, look, it's not the worst quote-unquote good ending ever, because we don't know, we don't know he's gone forever, because, like, we just hit the last chapter, and I still have hope the game's gonna somehow bring him back, but I don't know at this point. Cause but it can never be as bad as Seven Scarlet. It will never be that bad. I feel like that game has just, because I cried and I didn't see it, like every time it's like, no, well, the game's probably gonna rip my heart out, whatever, and like I just have, but I just, I don't know, but yeah, that was like, it was a very long part, which is usually what happens at our end parts, but I feel like this part will be short because we have one chapter, and then we have an after, but if they don't bring him back, I don't know how this is gonna go, so this could be bad. It could get really good, it could be really bad. We're in that, like, I don't know what's gonna happen place, but anyway. My dear child, you must let go. I don't know if that was Tsukuyomi's voice. I can't do it right off the bat. I gotta work into it. No. You will only harm yourself if you stay this way. We all worry greatly for you. I don't think this is his voice. What's I can't do it. Anyway, well, it is what it is. And what are you gonna tell me next? That I should look for a new husband? Naturally. I want Himuka to be my husband. He is no longer in this world. Don't say that! He protected you in this world. What greater honor could there be in one's departure? Why can't I do Tsukuyomi's voice right now? Ugh, I don't know. Honor means nothing. My dear child, please do not worry me so. Why are you always like this, Tsukuyomi? How can you be so calm when this happened to someone you knew? My soul is not calm. Though when asked for an artificial body, I did enlighten him on what it meant. That his body would be a facade, a disguise. I asked him if he accepted that he would never be able to love someone in that form. He replied to me that he did not wish to be loved. I glared at his bracelet in my hand. That no one would ever love him, so the body would be enough. Ugh. In other words, his wish was fulfilled. That's not true! I shouted out of impulse, but then I didn't know what else I could do. That's absolutely not true. Tears began to flow from my eyes. I had cried so much already that my eyes and cheeks were swollen. Maybe that's what he said before, but I'm sure things were different in the end. I mean, people are allowed to change their minds, Tsukuyomi, Jesus. I'm sure Himuka wanted to stay in this world. Isn't there anything you can do? You're the one who made his body, right, Tsukuyomi? Isn't there any way we could bring him back? Hiruko, a firstborn of goddess Izanami, was a shapeless god. I did give him arms and legs, but it was his own power that moved them. And now that his life force is gone, there is nothing I can do. You don't know that his life force is gone? Do something! Anything! He disappeared right in front of my eyes. He disappeared from this world in an instant. All he left was this bracelet. I'm sorry. I'm just being rude and selfish. I'm probably just gonna keep yelling about it, so just leave me alone for now. But dear child, seeing you like this worries me to the extent that I cannot focus on building Camelia's new arm. Please make it as quickly as possible. The tremendous explosion knocked Kanan and Hayuri unconscious. Yasuga and the others arrived soon after and took everyone to the hospital. I was told Camelia regained her consciousness, though she was still unable to get up. Very well. Let me tell you why Hirako and I do not have colors. This world lost its light when Amaterasu was killed. But the world cannot be left in darkness. We needed to create humans again. Which is why the yellow was created with my blood, and the blue was created with Hirako's. Tsukuyomi? We were the colors, that is, the creators of souls. We no longer have the color we transformed to humans through our life force. You too, Tsukuyomi? Interesting. I knew he was no ordinary human. I always assumed he was an outsider and left it at that. We knew that wasn't true, though, because, like, Fuso being like, oh, you look the same 40 years ago! Okay, well, he's not human, so... And he always says, you humans, so we kind of already knew he was, like... Plus, again, the story in the beginning mentioned Tsukuyomi, and it was, like... So, I mean, it was... Hirako and I are what humans call gods. Behind him, a single Tokoyomushi fluttered by. You need not believe me if you do not wish to. After all, hardly any of my former power remains. I can do little more than create dolls in human likeness, water the cherry tree, paint canvases, and rowboats. Himuka and Tsukuyomi are gods? It's like, I feel like this should have been more like, oh, what? But it's really not, because you kind of knew it from the very beginning. It's not really surprising. Although I was surprised in a way, another part of me was not surprised at all. It was a minor fact compared to the revelations of the past few days. And now you know, my dear child. Please return to the surface and resume your prayers. You must continue to safeguard the sun that Hirako protected. I can't. I'd probably just curse Lady Amaterasu. Please do not speak such dreadful words. But Himuka did everything he could for Lady Amaterasu all his life, didn't he? Yet Lady Amaterasu hasn't done anything at all for him. She is in a deep slumber. How can I wake her up then? She's sleeping in Ikimizu Spring, isn't she? So tell me, how do I wake her up? Go throw rocks in it. Maybe one of them will hit her. I do not know. Ugh. My eyes filled again with tears. Was there no way to bring Hirako back? I wouldn't ever be able to hear his voice again. I know my role is to make the sun shine, and I know I must find a husband. I know that. I have no intention of abandoning my duties, but I feel like my heart is already dead. I don't have any strength to move at all. Like, if the game doesn't bring him back, then, like, at least we have a route after this to cure the depression. And this isn't like, here's the real true end route. Thanks. Thanks. Make me fucking miserable. Still looking at you, Seven Scarlet. I don't know how many years it's been. It's been years. I will never get over it. I'll be on my deathbed. Curse you! Still. Never forget. There's no way I can offer a prayer like this. No, I couldn't. How could I bless a world he wasn't in? I know very well that I'm being selfish and irresponsible. You know what? Fuck it. It's okay sometimes. Sometimes you need to be selfish. Sometimes it's okay to be a little irresponsible, depending, you know. But I feel like I've lost half of myself. I've lost my soulmate. Himuka was my soulmate. And now he's gone. Will I have to live the rest of my life without another half? That I do not know. My dear child, if this is what you desire, I will show you a way only once. Huh? Exactly, huh? Tsukuyomi brought out a mirror from his pocket that seemed to be broken in half. Is that a mirror? How will that help? Take this with you when you journey to Ikimizu Spring. Perhaps Amaterasu may answer your call. Tsukuyomi? But do not cling to hope. I cannot promise that she will answer, or even awaken. So, what is this mirror? It is the mirror that once adorned Amaterasu's crown. The other half lies deep within Ikimizu Spring. It was this that lay behind the blinds of Kakurinomiya. It remained there for safekeeping, awaiting the day Amaterasu reawakened. I stared at the mirror in my hand. Mirror! A mirror that adorned the goddess Amaterasu's crown. It is currently split in two, with one half sunk at the bottom of Ikimizu's spring, and the other half kept securely at Kakurinomiya. Oops. It looked like any other ordinary mirror. It doesn't look very special. You need not believe me if you do not wish to. I believe you! Yes, this must be Lady Amaterasu's mirror! Despite my assent, something inside me was doubting what I held in my hand. Tsukuyomi, about the whirlpools. If you are welcomed by Amaterasu, they will disappear. If she is angered, you will be pulled down to the depths of the sea. And if she's pissed and I drown, oh well, then I'll have to do my duty and marry somebody else I don't love. Although we have a man harem, so like, girl, it's fine. Like, again, man harem ending would be the best one. Then I can pray with all the colors of the rainbow. Slight Pocahontas reference there. They can paint me with all their colors sexily. Oh my god. I'm gonna stop. If you are truly determined, go forth. Bye, Tsukuyomi. The sun is back to normal, but it had only been a single day. The island was already returning to its normal routine. I hate that we went to go find Doma and then this all happened. Where the hell is Doma? I know we're supposed to be distracted by Himuka and everything, but like, hello, where's Doma? I'm sure Lord Jigen has been hastening the recovery, but things shouldn't return to normal so easily. After all, I was left without half of my heart, and that's... Ain't that a fucking statement, though? Like, you just feel that. If you've ever lost anyone, like whether it's a breakup or someone has died, whether it's like a partner or just a family member, something, you're like one day is just awful, and then all of a sudden you're like, back to work, everything's normal, and you're like, everything is not normal. Everything is not okay. This is the way life is now, but it still doesn't make you feel okay. I still have issues. It's been years since my dad died, but it's still like, this is not right. What the fuck? And, like, I still think back to, like, dealing with it, and then you come back to work after a couple of days. That's all. It's like, oh, your parent died? You can have 5 days off. 5 days is not enough to contend with the fact that you were missing a parent for the rest of your life. That's not... what? And then, like, anybody else, if it was an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, 3 days. Excuse me? Like, what the fuck? Some people are closer to their extended relatives, but like, seriously? 5 days. And I worked the day after. I was working while my dad was in the hospital. We were all staying in the hospital. I was working because like, I was on shaky ground. I thought I was going to get fired, and I was like, I can't, which is stupid. Stupid. Because it was the job's fault, not mine. It was them. Because like, I still have that job. I just work under a different boss who is awesome and not one who's an asshole. Okay? So, like, hey, that's the difference. It's the difference a good boss makes. But, like, I remember doing a presentation the day after, sitting in my parents' room doing this, and, like, feeling like I was dead inside. But it was the only thing that kept me from, like, literally breaking. You know what I mean? You're like, I'm going to distract myself with this. And it was like... But nobody recognizes it sometimes. You go back to work, and someone will be like, sorry about your dad. And then that's it. And you're like, I just want to sit here... There are moments where you just want someone to say something and talk to you. Do you want to talk about it? Yes, because I just want to fucking cry. And then there's other moments where you're at your desk and you just can't stop crying and you're like, I really hope nobody sees me. Like, you don't know what it is. It's never right. It's never right when you're in that moment. You're like, I just want to cry, but I don't want anyone to talk to me about it. Don't acknowledge me. Don't see me. And then other minutes you're like, why the fuck isn't anyone acknowledging my pain, and why won't anyone talk to me? Like, why won't somebody just like, do you want to yes, I want to talk about it. Acknowledge my pain. This happened. Acknowledge it. Like, but whatever people do. Because you're in a bad place, but it doesn't stop. And you're like, I have to put on a face and go to work.
I mean, I guess it's any kind of stress in your life, whether you lose someone or not. You're just like, and then you're like, I have to put on a happy face and I'm dying inside. So I feel this. Fuck do I feel this. And you're like, why is everyone going on like it's normal? This isn't normal. And it's like, because their lives are normal. Yours is the one that's not normal. But it's aggravating because you just want, like, you know? I never expected I'd sail out to the island under these circumstances. Of course I want to return, but we're going to get our boyfriend back.
If you are welcomed by Amaterasu, they will disappear. If she is angered, you will be pulled down to the depths of the sea.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
I want to see Himuka again, no matter the risk. He's so horrible to leave me here like this. Just recalling what happened renewed the tears in my eyes.
So I mean, actually, it makes sense. I guess we should have... He doesn't have a color. It could have... Well, but I mean, he's got the power of Batsu, so wouldn't he be blue? I mean, it makes absolute sense now. Look. That came back around, okay? I was like, oh, yeah, it makes sense. And Tsukuyomi giving, like, his blood for the yellow kind of makes sense because he knows who Hirako is and the two of them. So, like, and one of the powers of the yellow is being able to talk to Hirako, which, you know, Tsukuyomi could do because they were both gods and they knew who he was, but nobody else could. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually kind of good, game. Like, you kind of thought out those details. Like, bravo. Like, Curious the Red's like, fuck them, though. Poor Akaza. Poor Akaza. Anyway. Just recalling what happened renewed the tears in my eyes. I still didn't want to believe he was gone. I don't either. But I somehow found myself rowing to Tenyo Island with heavy arms. Please accept me. Please allow me onto the island, Lady Amaterasu. I'm truly sorry for saying that I would curse you back down in Yomi. Although... Don't be sorry, girl. That sound. Are the whirlpools really going to subside? I stared at them, anxious and resolute. I couldn't believe what was happening. The whirlpools are disappearing? I clicked the button, Jesus. No matter how many times I shook my head or rubbed my eyes, there was no doubt that the sea was quieting. So, Lady Amaterasu really is on the island. She's in a deep slumber. Didn't she get murdered? I mean, that's a deep slumber, but, like, that's understatement. Old memories flooded back to me the moment I stepped foot on the island. I was so overwhelmed that I felt I could fall to my knees and cry. This is no time for me to be crying. There's a reason that I came here. I stumbled along, looking around me. This isn't a dream. I really am back on Tenyu Island. The homeland I was only able to gaze upon from afar. Mother! Before I knew it, I was running with all my might. Mother! Mother! Everyone! I finally returned. I was alone, but I was here. The moment I arrived at the spring, I fell to the ground in a heap of exhaustion. Kimizu's spring was there, just as I remembered it. The only difference was a thick crown of white flowers growing around its edges. Tears of nostalgia and sorrow burst forth before I knew it. No, this is no time for me to be crying. Again, relatable. This is not the time for this! And yet it happens when you just least expect it. I wiped my tears away and bowed to the spring. Lady Amaterasu. It's I, Spacey, last born of the white blood on this island. It is I. It is I, Spacey! I feel like starting every video, like, instead of, hey guys, it's like, it is I, Spacey! Last born of my family's bloodline. Well, like, you know, not my sister's kids, but, you know, from my parents, I meant. Last born of, insert my last name here's bloodline. Technically. Because, like, I mean, but not really. Because, like, I guess my nieces and nephews are, like, half breeds. That sounds so mean. But you know what I mean. They're half-bloods. Half-bloods. They just don't have the same last name. So it's different. You're somebody else's problem now. Still have the same bloodline. It's fine. It's the name. The name is what matters. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway. I've finally returned. I'm here to return your mirror to you. So please answer my prayer and awaken from your slumber. I let the mirror slide from my outstretched hand into the spring. Then, please return the owner of this bracelet to me. Both the mirror and the bracelet disappeared into the spring. Nothing happened. But I came all this way. Where are you, Lady Amaterasu? Please wake up. Please wake up and answer me. I'll curse you if you don't return Himuka to me. She's like, simmer down, girl. Jesus, I was taking a nap. Suddenly, a gust of wind swept across the spring. And then she's like, was it the cursing part? No, it was the throwing the bracelet in. You gave me, like, you're like, throw it in. Bring him back. Why isn't he here, bitch? And she's like, nothing happened. Would you expect it to happen instantly? She's that person who puts water on water in a pot on a stove and is like, why isn't it boiled yet? Just wait for it. The white Iroha flowers spread and merged into one clear circle as my vision grew hazy. Amaterasu's pissed. She's like, bitch, I was sleeping? You know how to yell. She kind of does look like us. See? She's absolutely the doll that Tsukuyomi's carrying around. And she kind of does look like us. But I wonder if everybody in the White Bloodline kind of looked like that. Because hair and then, like, the kind of white gold kind of eye. You know what I mean? Our eyes have a slight, like, golden tint, but they're mostly, like... So, like, our mom probably looked like that, too. Anyway. I don't have a voice for her. Oh, well. Are you the one who called for me? The voice was clear and kind. Just hearing it seemed to purify my mind and heart, cleansing me of the anger I'd felt only a moment before. I feel like my voice is give people anger. Are you Lady Amaterasu? That is the name I was once given long ago. She does look like me, doesn't she? It was strange to behold a divine being that bore such a striking resemblance to me. It was like I was just talking to myself in a mirror. No, get a hold of yourself. This isn't the time to be thinking that. You did drop a mirror in there and it said her crown. Where's her crown? I don't see a crown on her head with half a mirror in it. I'm just saying. So, Lady Amaterasu, I beg of you, please bring Himuka back to life. Hiroko. He must have disappeared after using all of what remained of his power. Yeah, I gotta do something. Her voice is fine, but... I know that, but I still want to see him again. No, don't say that! Don't say that. I still want him back. Because see him again. She's like, here, you can see him. Bye. That would be very difficult. Did you just say difficult? But you didn't say it was impossible. Meaning there is a way to bring him back. On Tenku Island, there is a beautiful shrine gate. Huh? Yes? It is being built for the day of my awakening. The colors that have been gathered together for many ages are to become my waking power when it is time. With its strength, it may be possible to summon his soul. But should that happen, the true sun shall never return to this world. Boyfriend or the sun? Oh, it's fine. The sun of this world calls for the souls of humans in my absence. In your absence? It was created by Hiroko to shine light upon the world while I slept. Himuka created it? I looked up at the sky. Himuka really created the sun? But its strength is fragile, fleeting. And the white bloodline was born of my color, bound to the sun, even in human form. And thus, the women of this island became the worshippers of the sun and guardians of this world. I have long awaited this day,
and the day my mirror would be returned to me,
Tsukuyomi, like, keeping that shit.
and the day my descendants would call for me.
Descendant. Just one. Oh, yeah.
Lady Amaterasu? If the shrine gate is used to summon Himuka, then the true sun will never return.
So it's a choice between you or Himuka? Because, like, Doma's got the sun thing figured out. It's fine.
Descendant of the White, do you choose the true brilliance of the sun, or do you choose your beloved?
I'm going to choose my boyfriend. We don't actually get choices in this chapter, so, like, we don't get a choice. I have a feeling that would be the bad choice, but I don't know.
That shrine gate was being built for Lady Amaterasu all this time. Himuka ordered its construction so he would one day be able to see Lady Amaterasu again, after ages and ages of waiting. But you weren't her. I am certain you'll change the future.
Yeah, not bring her back.
Lady Amaterasu, may I ask you a question? Himuka told me before he disappeared that you would use a girl's soul and enter her body as a vessel to return to this world. Is that girl me?
Well, this is weird.
I wasn't sure what it meant, so... But you are the last remaining white. Should you disappear, the white blood would perish. That is true. You are yourself. You are not I. She didn't seem to be denying or scolding me. Lady Amaterasu continued to smile at me graciously. Then, is it possible for me to give part of my life to Himuka? Oh? Being of the white, I know it's my duty to protect the sun. I can't use the power of the shrine gate for my own selfishness. But I don't want to give up on Himuka. I would, without hesitation, offer up my life for him. After all, he offered his life for this world. Still, I am the last remaining white, as you said. I have a responsibility to bear children with my husband and preserve my bloodline. So, I cannot end my life completely, which is why I wish to offer half of my life for him. Please use part of my life and let me see Himuka again. My voice resounded through the silence of the spring. He is a shapeless god. If he is to be summoned, his appearance may be so unsightly that you will not wish to look upon him again.
Tsukuyomi's also a god and he's gorgeous. You're a god and you're pretty, although you have crazy doll eyes. But, like, you know, aside from that, like, I just, so Himuka's the one who, like, well, he's the one that looks like a demon. Is that right?
That doesn't matter. I don't care how he looks. So please bring him back to this world.
I'm gonna be interested in what he comes back like.
You wish to see him in his true form? Yes, I do. Even at the cost of losing half of your life. Lady Amaterasu, I believe you know the story about soulmates. I truly believe my soulmate to be Himuka. He's the person I love with all my heart. Did you hear that, dear brother?
Huh? Is Tsukuyomi your brother?
An odd sound escaped me. Things were happening so suddenly that my mind couldn't keep up. Himuka?
Himuka's her brother? That's actually kind of cute. Okay, so you're trying to tell me that this isn't beautiful? You might not want to look upon him. Girl, are you blind? Because he's beautiful. Even with his giant eyes.
I gazed at the person in front of me. His face and limbs weren't falling apart. He was exactly as I remembered him the day we first met. Spacey. It was my name, spoken in his voice. Himuka? Are you really the real Himuka? I think so. His meekness at a time like this made me want to laugh. But that was how I knew it really was him. See, like, I kind of had faith that the game was going to give him back.
You can't Seven Scarlet us, game. Bad endings, absolutely, but you can't do that. That game was rude.
This isn't a dream, is it? I don't think so.
You really returned? For some reason, Himuka took a step back. What is it? You're not coming back to me? Or is this really just some kind of illusion? Or maybe you don't want to be with me? I gave half my life for this! And then you're going to be like, nah, afterlife was better. Well, shit.
That's not true.
You took a huge step forward.
I just never thought I would ever see you again. I'm so happy.
Then why do you look so sad?
Why? It's because I can't be your husband.
Reality struck me again. His return didn't change the fact that his body was merely a doll's.
Oh, we have never spoken before, dear brother. Amaterasu?
Brother because, like, they're all gods, or, like, brother, like, actual brother? Because, like, this is interesting. I could hear Lady Amaterasu's voice, but I could no longer see her.
Please return to the one who loves you so. You must once again protect the precious world you created. What? What's happening? Why am I... It can't be...
She has declared that you are her soulmate. The women of the White must find their soulmates, so I must attend to it in earnest. Her voice is changing, but whatever.
Amaterasu, I revived your soul with the halved mirror that lay within this spring, dear brother. Huh? But if you use its power, what will happen to you? I must thank you and make amends. What do you mean?
Dear brother, you created and led this world while I was asleep.
And that's not true. I was useless in every way.
He who gave the world the light of day, however ephemeral, must not say such a thing. Amaterasu's kind of like a good doobie, isn't she? Amaterasu and Kaina are like, they need pats on the head for just being so fucking wholesome.
Amaterasu, I never spoke a word to you in the first world, dear brother.
First world? A space that existed before the creation of the second world where Olympia lives. That's the world we live in. We're the first world. Ha! First world problems.
I led myself to believe you were defiled. And that is correct. I am Hiroko, the hideous, shapeless god that was sent out into the ocean.
And yet you protected this world. And we're over here like, brother, 'cause gods? Or like, Izanami was your mom? Like, or like, Izanami was his mom, you had a different mom, but you had the same dad. Like, what's happening? Like,
we are brother and sister, born of the goddess Izanami. Even so, I was not able to love you.
Well, now Amaterasu is a little less wholesome, but you know, she's gonna come back around. It's fine.
So this time, I want to see you find happiness in this world. Happiness? But I will return to my slumber beneath the spring, but we shall not part ways for eternity. I am sure the people of the White will return to this land once again. I shall protect the sun through them.
Lady Amaterasu!
A maiden of the White, please take care of my dear brother. Huh?
He said he was firstborn of Izanami, so I wonder if, like, that, you know what I mean? Or he thought. Does he? But he seems to know that Amaterasu is his sister. I don't know. She's like, I couldn't love you because mom said you were hideous and defiled. He's like, but I loved you and I created this whole world for you. Wow. You gotta be, like, honest, though. The brother-sister bond in this game is, like, strong AF. Because, like, Sakio is like, I will kill any motherfuckers to make my sister feel better so she doesn't have scars and shit. And, like, freaking Shurta's over there like, I'll kill anyone too, just so my brother can do what he wants because I want him to be happy. And they're just like, you didn't even spend time. Okay, except the brother-sister bond. And then, like, this. You know, Amaterasu's like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to sleep so you can be happy. I'm so sorry that I, like, wasn't cool to you as a kid. And fucking Himuka's like, I created a whole world for you, sister who hated me as a child. You know? The brother-brother bond. That's half. Because you got Kaina. My brother, I love him. I'm pretty sure he turned me into the authorities and got my girlfriend killed. But, like, still love the fucker. Gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. And then Kanon's over there, like, kill everyone. So, like, Kanon just... Somebody had to be an asshole. I mean, Sakyo's an asshole, but he's doing it for his sister, so that bond's there. It's just the brotherly bond didn't stretch to Kanon. You know, half of the brother-brother bond is strong. The strong wind blew again, and just like that, the waters calmed. Oh, yeah, also, Yosuga's bond with his sister. Like, everyone killed my sister. Like, all that was left was... Himuka? I didn't think they were going to actually kill him, but I was a little concerned. I'm not going to lie. I was like, this game's not going to pull this shit on me, is it? I still couldn't believe my eyes. Part of me wondered if the past few days had driven me completely mad. Shh, stay crazy, it's fine. I am myself, but... Himuka rose from the spring and stood right in front of me. Up close, I was certain it was truly Himuka. Wait, what? Is there a problem? Something isn't right. Huh? I must still be broken. And my body is so soft and hot. You have a real body, not a doll's body. Soft. Himuka suddenly bit hard onto his wrist. What are you doing? Blood. Huh? Look, blood. Blood's really flowing from inside me. He's so cute. I love him. Huh? Blood. Huh? I grabbed Himuka's arm and took a closer look at his wrist. I'm bleeding just like a human, right? You do look human, but... Himuka nervously put his hand to his chest. Something is moving in here. It's true. He's been a god, a shapeless god, so he never had a human body. So he's like, what is this? Something's a lot. It's a heartbeat. Sweet. It's normal. Himuka? Imagine when he gets like, why does... Oh, I think I'm dying! Sweetie, you're just hungry. Why? You think I'm gonna die? Oh. Did you just fart? Could you imagine, like, the normal... Because most of the weird body things you start to develop as a baby, so you don't remember, like, the first time you farted and were like, the fuck is this? Like, you know, it doesn't, like... You get older and, like, you just know, and then you're hungry and you know what I mean? Like, you get to know your body over time as you get old. Like, older, you know? But, like, Himuka just, like, popped into a body and was like, the fuck is going on? That has to be weird. I lunged toward him and put my hands upon his chest. I felt a pulse. His heart was beating at a steady pace. Himuka, you have a heart. I'm so sorry. Realizing what I had done, I quickly moved away. I touched him. I touched his body. You've touched his body before, but... I'm... human? Himuka quickly turned around. This part might actually be longer than I thought it was going to be. Amaterasu, you... Did you turn me into a human? The spring was silent. The only thing that responded were the white iroha flowers swaying in the wind like woven silk. I'm a human? Tears began to flow from his eyes. This is the worst day of my after death! I'm just kidding. They were so beautiful, like droplets of morning dew. Did I really become a human? Well, like, with a half-life, just like me, but it's okay, we'll die together. Human tears are hot and painful. It's strange. Am I not broken after all? Nothing is strange. Crying hot, painful tears is exactly what it means to be human. Statement of the century. Even in a doll's body, I was able to shed tears, though it never felt this way before. I'm sure you're going to experience a lot of new things from now on. I mean, he did eat in the doll's body, but I don't know if he ever experienced hunger, because he didn't have a heartbeat, you know? But I can assure you, you are human now. Does that mean I can be your husband? You know, I've been thinking Akaza does... I'm just kidding. I was so surprised and overjoyed that my heart felt like it was going to burst. With every new beautiful, unbelievable thing that happened, I became even more certain of my madness. But I didn't care. Yeah, if my madness came and everything is awesome, am I going crazy? Fuck it, I'm gonna stay here. If he's human now, then... I glanced again at Himuka. Color. Can Himuka impart to me a color trait?
Or can't I?
No, that's not it. I'm sure we can marry now. I responded impulsively to his question. We could have married before. We just wouldn't have had kids, and it would have been like, I guess this Lady Amaterasu doesn't want any more white bloodline. You know what I mean? Shh. Himuka was the one that was fucking raining on our parade. I couldn't be sure of anything, but how could I make sure? Let's try doing it right now. Oh God. Are we gonna? I say that, but I don't want you to. That's right. Let me tell you something special. We girls on Danyo Island have a wonderful secret. When you and your soulmate find each other and fall in love, you will... Well, we both fall in love. Ugh, I don't want to think about anything that'll embarrass me at a time like this. But I do have an urgent mission to preserve my bloodline. I don't want to think of anything embarrassing, but I have an urgent mission to knock this man down into the Iroha flowers and see what happens. Lady Amaterasu even asked for me to take care of her dear brother. Himuka? Well, will you be my husband?
I will. I will right now.
Okay. She's like, huh? I was taken aback by his bold and clear answer. What should I do? Himuka. This is important, so it's no time for me to hold back. Himuka? I want to have some passion fruit again. I was like, I want to have some passion. I was like, where's she going?
Huh?
Let's go back to Corpse Beach together. Yeah, that's a sexy, sexy place. In his skull cabin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope this will be enough to fill us.
I'm not even going to say what I wanted to say after that sentence. I'm pretty sure you're thinking it too. Yes, it's more than enough. We each carried 3 as we headed over to Himuka's house. Maybe his reply to me earlier of right now didn't mean what I thought it meant. I think it did. He walked along in high spirits, humming merrily and looking as pure as always. We're gonna defile each other soon. Maybe it was just a promise. I gazed at his silver hair shining in the sunlight. Did Himuka really become a human? I saw his blood. I felt his pulse. One more test!
I want to be your husband. If only I could.
Did, Tsukuyomi not, make you fully that way? Because, I mean, did he make you like a kendo? Because, you should have been like, excuse me, give me the parts that I need, Tsukuyomi, Jesus. I mean, even Data had parts on Star Trek. Come on. Come on, Tsukuyomi, I'm going to step up your game. Star Trek it. He needs to be fully functional. I mean, I know whether I can't be your husband because I can't give you babies, but it's like, fuck that shit.
But I have nothing to give you.
Himuka said to himself, so I'm sure he understood the meaning of what he said. I guess I'm just gonna have to wait and see. How she's stressing about this. Jamie, did he not? Is that what he meant? I don't know. Did he mean he couldn't be my husband because he didn't have the equipment immediately? Or just because, his sperm? I don't know. And it's I can't believe we're thinking about this. Oh my god, this game is so weird. I love it so much. Himuka's body seemed to tense the moment we stepped inside. He stepped inside, sorry. What is it?
I really am back here after all.
His words alone made me want to hug him. Well, I hope we don't get the sexy scene because we don't have time for that. Unfortunately, my hands were occupied with passion fruits. Yes, you really are back.
This feeling inside me is new. This must be what people call nostalgia.
Figuring out shit. It's like Data getting a motion chip. Huh! This is what that feels like. It's just so funny. Himuka gently set down the fruits onto the rug. We sat next to each other in front of them like he never felt nostalgic before. How long have you been living here? I mean, he had feelings, like, right?
To be honest, I'm not sure. It wasn't comfortable at Kakure-no-miya, so I just used this place to pass the time. This place is where the Undertakers live, but it went unused for a long time because even they didn't like coming near this beach. As I spent more time picking things up along the beach, this naturally became my home.
I like it here.
Really? That's good to know.
Himuka played with a fruit in his hand.
Thank you for saving me. I could hear your voice all along.
Huh?
I was being cradled in the spring. I heard your voice from there. I wanted to see you again, but I assumed it was impossible. But then it happened. I was able to return to you as a human. It's all thanks to you that I'm alive again.
Stop it. I had already cried more than enough. Yeah, but this time it's like happy. But I still couldn't hold back the tears welling up in my eyes. If anything, I should be the one thanking you. You protected this world. You dispelled the darkness that had fallen. No amount of words would be enough to show my gratitude.
If I could be of use to you, that's all that matters.
He was so humble. I didn't want him to think everything he did was nothing. Himuka, don't you dare disappear from me again.
I won't.
We gave half of our life to him, and we're like the same age, so like, we'll die together at like the ripe old age of like 40. Which, you know, in a Tomei game time is you're basically dead anyway, so like, same difference. His fingers slowly came closer to my cheek. Oh, we're gonna get a pretty CG. Oh, we're gonna get, like, she looks so pretty. Although the mouth agape as we're going to kiss is a little awkward, but it's still pretty.
Spacey.
My body trembled as he gently spoke my name. We are so gonna go over time if we have to have sexy time right now.
I want you to make sure of something for me. Whether I really am a human now.
Oh my god. Could you imagine? I want you to make sure I'm really a human. Oh my god! Stop it!
I don't fully understand this human body. I still feel a little strange.
She doesn't understand your human body either. Oh god. Huh?
My heart hurts, and my body feels hotter than before. And I can't seem to hold myself back from touching you.
That's not a problem.
Is this really right? Or am I broken somewhere?
His anxiety was so honest and earnest, there was no way I could deviate from the subject. I think you're all right. It's the first time for me, too, so I'm not sure myself. You're the first person I've ever fallen in love with. Himuka's eyes widened, then he slowly brought his face close to mine.
I feel the same way. I've fallen in love with you, too.
Himuka, I don't think I can hold back any more from touching you.
Then, please touch me.
Oh, so cute. I'm not moaning, you know I don't do that. The first thing I felt was heat. I can't, it's so awkward. It was as though his body was burning hot with the glow of life. You're also sitting like an inch from the fire, but, you know. Himuka, you're very warm right now.
Warm? Like you?
Yes, like me. This time I put my lips on his. Himuka gave the slightest start at first, but then he pressed his lips firmly against mine.
You're so very hot and soft.
His lips caressed me in the gentlest way. He brought them softly to my cheek, to my ear, to the tip of my nose, and to my forehead.
Are you sure you're not afraid of me? You saw my true form. I'm hideous.
What, the doll form? It looked like you just had ball joints. It's fine. What other true form did you have? You've always looked like you. Is he like just that self-conscious? You're like, but you see me without makeup, I'm hideous. And people are like, you barely wear any mascara, that's it. But I'm hideous without it. Like, You look exactly the same. You look fine. Like, stop. You know what I mean? Like, are you looking in a funhouse mirror, Himuka? What the hell?
If for all we know, I may turn back into that unsightly, deformed creature again.
No matter your appearance, I'm not afraid at all. Especially because you've never looked any different. You're crazy.
Because it's your kindness that matters to me. I won't run from you, so please don't run from me. I kissed him again. As he did before, I gently touched my lips to different places, feeling the warmth of his skin.
Oh, he's moaning now. I'm not doing that. You can't do it.
Do you not like it? No, it's not that. It's just that it's ticklish. A renewed sense of love rose inside me, seeing him blush. But it feels really good having you kiss me like this. Really good. His eyes narrowed slightly and we kissed again. This feels good to me too. Really? Then I'm glad. It was like we really were two halves of each other.
About to become a whole.
When he would touch me, I would touch him. When he would kiss me, I would kiss him. I love you. I love you too. I lost count of how many times we kissed. I don't care anymore. I wanted to ask him so many things, but seeing him so happy made everything else unimportant. Himuka and I are happy now. I'm sure he's going to be a fine husband.
Oh my god, her hair is like turquoisey in the background.
His sudden cry made me jump. Your hair, look.
It like underneath is like turquoise.
I slowly looked down at my hair. I'm not seeing things, am I? Your hair color changed, right?
Although, I guess it's actually like it's more gray. So her hair turned gray like his, but like the underneath is like turquoisey colored. I wonder if that's just like instead of making it darker underneath, but it's just so weird.
It really did change. My hair took on a blue that reminded me of the rain from that night. This beautiful silvery blue is Himuka's color.
Because he was of the blue, so.
The color, it's blue. So I really did gain color.
No, you had color, you just never fully lost it.
His tears shone in the same silvery blue. I'm so sorry. Of all the times to cry,
it's adorable, stop it.
I always thought I had nothing left. I was sad to think I could never be your husband, so... You are, without a doubt, my husband. Tears fell from his eyes. I've always loved being with you, but this is the happiest moment of my life. I thought you were someone I should never touch. I held Himuka's hand and led it to my blouse.
Oh, girl!
Himuka, I'm beyond happy now. So please, touch me.
She's getting saucy. We don't have time for this.
I want you to feel my heat with your whole body.
Girl! Wait. Okay. I was like, you can't do this. You can't black screen. Oh, hi. Game. I thought we got a little inappropriate in Kuroba's freaking route when, like, she just had hair barely covering it up. Now we're just game. These CGs.
Right.
I was like, you can't black screen us and fade out and then the next morning bullshit with us, with Himuka. You gave it with everybody else. You can't do that. If I had to read it through Tokasada's route where it made me feel awkward because he's a lot of... I like Himuka better, so we better have this. It's still going to be awkward because it's always awkward, but anyway.
Spacey. Himuka. Are you alright? You feel so hot. I hope you don't melt away. But I might. In fact, I had already begun to lose my hold on it. My body shook terribly from the heat that surged through every inch of me. Let me know if there are any places you don't want me to touch. Don't worry, there's no such place. Girl, I'm yours completely, so you can touch me anywhere.
Yeah, not there, though. Just kidding.
And then, touch me too. I want you to make sure and that I'm really alive.
I felt as though what was missing had finally fallen into place. I still felt embarrassed, but it seemed so natural to touch him in this way. We must have truly been one from the start. And now we had finally come together again.
And the human body is a wonder, isn't it? When I touch you like this, I feel like I can feel what you're feeling.
And what do you feel for me now?
And that you love me with all your heart.
That's right. I love you with all of my heart, Himuka. And I can feel your love for me, too. I bet you can.
Of course. I am your husband, after all.
How cute. This is going to be like the end, and then and it's like, we don't have time to read the after story. We don't have time to do any of that. The shapeless god had taken on the form of a human, and in so doing, became my husband. We would forever live happily out on this ocean, wandering across the world together, our search for love finally over. I thought this part was going to be short because we only one chapter, but this is like a long-ass chapter. But here's the problem. Isn't there like an after part? Yeah. Okay. So this is the, Okay, so, ow, bird. This might only be like 5 or 10 minutes or so, but we went like 20 minutes fucking over in the last part, so I don't want to have too many super long parts. So I'm gonna stop it here, even though this is kind of the end, but we usually do the full end, and then we do like the Himuka story, whatever, and then we do the bad ends and whatever. So, we'll just finish this in the next part, and then do more of the after stories. You know what I mean? We are going to get like a good one after the bad endings, so I will read at least one of the good so we don't end with just his bad endings, you know? So we'll save like one of them, but we'll read any other character ones that came up along with the Himuka introducing himself kind of a thing. Well, all of them except for that one. You know, there's always like that one little kind of side story for their routes in the side stories. We'll do that after the bad ending like we normally do, just so we can cleanse our palate of the bad endings. But we'll finish this and do that. So it'll probably be 2 short parts because I just don't want this to be another hour and 20-minute part. It's like, holy shit. So anyway, I know it's a weird place to stop, but it's just because the last part was so fucking long. So what are you gonna do? Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.